the VBS saga, as you call it, we generally in central banking will talk about bank failures in general. So just to get back to the mandate of the Reserve Bank. So we have a primary mandate, of course, which is in the Constitution, which is the stability of prices in the economy. But in other laws, we have other mandates that are given to the Reserve Bank. And this is because it's not enough for the Reserve Bank to just say we're going to protect the purchasing power of the money in your pocket. But we also have a mandate that says, if you then take your money and you put it in a financial institution, there has to be at least some sense of safety that your money is safe, which is why we have a Banks Act and we have the Financial Sector Regulation Act. And in the Financial Sector Regulation Act, the mandate to the SARB is that we need to protect and enhance the stability of the whole financial system. And also, within the SARB, we have the Prudential Authority. And that entity is tasked with making sure that any entity that is licensed has to ensure that your money is safe and that the entity is in a good financial standing. Now, what happened in VBS? I think we need to talk about what is the responsibility of the Reserve Bank. So when an institution or a group of individuals come to us, they come to us and say, we have some money and we have got some systems that we have going to put in place, and we have a board that we will put in place, and we are in a good standing that you can give us a license which will allow people to come and put funds in the SARB. And we will put a management in place that ensures that those funds are safe, and we will account for that on an annual basis. Now, what happened in VBS is as follows. The Reserve Bank goes to supervise. We are given information that says to us, these funds are there in the bank. And we rely on information that is provided to us by the institution, by the management of the institution, and there is a board that is supposed to scrutinize that management is doing the right thing. They get external auditors that give them the numbers. Everything that we were getting was suggesting that there were some funds in there. We started to detect that there were problems. How did we start to detect that there were problems? Is because we also look after the national payment system. You can see that this bank is not able to settle its obligations. And we were requesting management to do certain things. However, it soon became clear that the information that we were getting fed and where the institution was not in the right place. It was clear that there was an element of mismanagement in VBS. We knew that going in. So we approached the Minister of Finance to say the entity must now be placed into curatorship, meaning the management and the board are no longer fit to run this institution. We now need someone else appointed, and then we had curatorship in place. The curator goes in, discovers that the entity doesn't have enough monies to pay back the depositors. The Minister of Finance then provided a guarantee to make sure that the SARB could at least compensate the depositors. We then discover that the entity is in fact insolvent, which was when we then had to call for an investigation as the Reserve Bank to say, what happened here? Why is it that we cannot reconcile the numbers we were getting from what the curator is finding when they are in the institution, which is when you had the very public report there called the Great Bank Heist, which outlines what was happening. Clearly, there was fraud in the institution. What we cannot do as the Reserve Bank, we do not run banks day to day. There is a management that is tasked with the running of the banks day to day. We go and we supervise on the basis of the information that is provided to us. What was also discovered in VBS is that auditors also misrepresented information, which is why there was yet another case that related to that. So this is my summary of this very complex issues. So we endeavor to ensure that we are there in financial institutions. If we start to see things not looking right in an institution, we take the steps, but we are not the managers of the institutions. So you heard DG Modise earlier on telling you about the Corporation for Deposit Insurance. So I'm the supervisor. She then provides the insurance now, which is the new entity that has been set up to say, if things go wrong, because things can go wrong, how do we go to the next step to say, how do we protect depositors? We can't protect depositors all the way, but up to a limit, which is why she was stressing the fact that if there is something that goes wrong, our assessment is that 9 in 10 depositors are able to get their funds in terms of our assessment, but things do go wrong in banking. I hope that helps you. Thank you.